Here is the story about Winger coming to life. Deep within the bustling aisles of a toy store, nestled amongst piles of colorful boxes and action figures, lay a brand-new Winger, the Swiftwing toy. He was still in his packaging, the plastic a clear window to the world outside. Winger, a vibrant blue dragon with striking yellow eyes and a cream underbelly, felt a strange jolt. One moment he was still an inanimate object, and the next, a spark of awareness ignited within him. He was alive! He blinked his bright eyes, taking in the unfamiliar surroundings. The packaging felt constricting, but through it he could see towering shelves and a blur of movement. He remembered who he was, Winger, a Swiftwing from the show Dragons Rescue Riders. He also somehow knew the most important rule for toys: never, ever move when a human is near. It was a strange rule, but one he instinctively understood. Soon, a young boy with a wide, excited grin approached the aisle. Winger recognized the characters on the boy's t-shirt. They were from Dragons Rescue Riders. The boy's eyes landed on Winger's box, and they lit up even more. "Mom, Dad, look, it's Winger!" "My favorite!" the boy exclaimed. Winger remained perfectly still, his programming overriding his urge to flap his wings in excitement. He watched as the parent smiled and took his box from the shelf. "All right, Owen," his dad said. "Looks like Winger is coming home with us." Owen, so that was his name. Winger felt a warmth spread through him. His new owner was a fan. His favorite character was Winger. After the journey home, Owen carefully unboxed Winger. As he was lifted out, Winger noticed something on his behind, a small, round button. The user information said this button could make him talk. Winger wondered what he would say. Owen, who was 7 years old and as kind and friendly as could be, held Winger gently. He studied the figure, his eyes full of admiration. He turned Winger around and his finger brushed against the button. "Ready for a rescue," it chirped. Owen gasped, his eyes wide with surprise and delight. He pressed the button again. "Let's go, team," Winger's voice said. A huge smile spread across Owen's face. He had no idea his favorite dragon toy could talk. Winger, in turn, felt a surge of happiness. He was a toy, yes, but he was also Winger, and he was here with his new owner, ready for whatever adventures lay ahead, even if they were just in Owen's imagination. He knew he had to be careful and always remember the rule about not moving when Owen was watching, but he had a feeling this was the start of a wonderful friendship.
Winger's voice box chirped again, "Ready for a rescue," and Owen giggled, pressing the button a few more times before carefully placing Winger on his bed. The room was a wonderland of toys, spread across shelves, the floor, and overflowing from toy bins. There were building blocks, race cars, and figures of all shapes and sizes. As Owen left the room to get ready for dinner, the instant the door clicked shut, Winger felt the strange spark of life surge through him again. Around the room, other toys stirred. On a nearby shelf, a beautifully handmade plush figure shifted. This was Asphira, a friendly and kind serpentine with striking yellow eyes and dark teal-green scales that shimmered even in the dim light. She had a long, coiled tail and wore elaborate golden armor over a beige and gold dress. She smiled gently as she saw Winger look around in wonder. Near Asphira, a group of dragons from the Wings of Fire series, the Dragonettes of Destiny, subtly adjusted their positions. Across the room, nestled together, were Winger's friends from the Rescue Riders: Summer, the slender green and yellow Swiftwing with webbed feet; Agro, the small, feisty red Fire Fury with ram horns; and Cutter, the sturdy dark brown and gray Gremory with sharp spikes and a golden underbelly. They all wore expressions of welcoming familiarity towards Winger. Looming in a corner was a large dark figure, the Ender Dragon from Minecraft, its eyes glowing with an ethereal purple light. And perched on a high shelf, radiating an almost palpable aura of regality and menace, was Queen Scarlet from Wings of Fire. Even as a toy, her presence was commanding. Her dark orange scales seemed to gleam, and the ruby and diamond chips embedded near her eyes and wings sparkled. One side of her face, as described, was a dark melted scar, a testament to past battles, yet her remaining eye held a sharp, intelligent gaze. "Welcome, Winger." Asphira's voice was soft and warm like the rustle of silk. "We've been expecting you." Winger felt a wave of relief. He wasn't alone. His friends Summer, Agro, and Cutter bustled over, their toy bodies moving with surprising grace. "Winger, you made it!" chirped Agro, her little horns seeming to bob with excitement. "We're so glad you're here," added Summer, her voice calm and welcoming. "It'll be great to have you for our rescues here," Cutter finished, a friendly glint in his yellow eyes. Winger felt a sense of belonging. "It's good to see you all too," he said, his voice coming out with the same programmed cheeriness from his button, but feeling genuine to him now. He looked around at the other toys. "Wow, there are so many of you." The Ender Dragon let out a low, rumbling sound that seemed to vibrate through the room, a silent acknowledgement of Winger's arrival. Queen Scarlet simply observed from her perch, her slitted yellow eyes studying the new arrival with an unreadable expression. There was an air of ancient power about her, even as a toy. Asphira smiled again. "We're all part of Owen's collection. We look out for each other." She gestured around the room. "Just remember the rule, Winger. When a human is near, we freeze. No matter what." Winger nodded. "I know," he said. It was strange, this dual existence, but looking at the friendly faces of the rescue riders and the kind smile of Asphira, he knew this was going to be an interesting new chapter. He was a toy, but he was also Winger the Swiftwing, and it seemed there were plenty of adventures to be had when Owen wasn't looking.
Winger nodded, taking in the diverse group of toys around him. The rescue riders clustered happily nearby, while Asphira remained perched gracefully on her shelf. The Ender Dragon was a silent, imposing presence in the corner, and Queen Scarlet watched everything with her keen, unsettling gaze. Then, the group of dragons Winger recognized as the Dragonettes of Destiny from Wings of Fire moved closer. There were 5 of them, each distinct. A sandy-colored dragon with warm eyes stepped forward slightly. "Hello, Winger," she said, her voice friendly. "I'm Sunny." Next, a mud-colored dragon with a sturdy build offered a welcoming nod. "I'm Clay," he rumbled softly. A regal-looking sea-wing with intricate blue scales and glowing stripes chimed in. "Tsunami," she introduced herself, her voice clear and confident. A dark, quiet Nightwing with silver scales under his wings spoke next. "Greetings, I am Starflight." Finally, a beautiful Rainwing with scales shifting through vibrant colors stepped forward, her expression intelligent and kind. "And I'm Glory," she said, her voice calm and cool. "We're the Dragonettes of Destiny." Winger felt a sense of awe meeting the famous Dragonettes. "Wow, it's really you," he exclaimed, his button voice adding an extra layer of programmed enthusiasm. Summer, hovering nearby, added, "Owen loves the Dragonettes of Destiny, especially Glory," she added with a little flick of her tail fin towards the colorful Rainwing. Glory's scales shifted slightly, a hint of pink blooming near her snout. "He seems like a good owner," she commented, observing Winger with her intelligent green eyes. "He is," Winger agreed instantly, remembering Owen's gentle hands and excited grin. "He's very kind," Clay chuckled, a low, comforting sound. "That's good to hear. We all look after him when he's around, and each other when he's not." Winger felt a growing sense of comfort and belonging. He was a toy, yes, and there were strange rules to follow, but he was also part of a community now. A community of toys, each with their own stories and origins, all brought together in Owen's room. He looked around at the diverse group, dragons from different worlds, a Serpentine, even the silent, powerful Ender Dragon, and the formidable Queen Scarlet, and knew that this was just the beginning of his adventures in the real world.